So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to be answering AskHR questions because I am banned part 18. We've got a whole group today. We have from Florida, we have a question about transportation. From New York, we got a question about compensation calculators. And out of Oregon, we have a question about certificates. So let's get to Florida. It says, do employers need to provide transportation for out-of-state employees at mandatory meetings in Florida? Employees are flying from all over. Employees will be stuck at their lodging. There will be, there are food establishments at the place of lodging. Is there any regulation mandating employees have a mode of transportation during a mandatory out-of-state week-long meeting? So I'll just go ahead and say that, I don't think there's a country on this green earth that has a law that talks about that. I mean, I think that has to be sort of acknowledged first. It's a sort of ridiculous request, and it's a little frustrating that people would even think that there would need to be a law. No, I mean, these people have legs, right? They can walk if they want to go somewhere else. There's food at the hotel itself. If they'd like to eat something besides the food, they can go somewhere else. There's very few hotels in Florida that are not connected, directly to a main thoroughfare. So it's a little ridiculous and a little absurd. And the answer is no, there's no law. Of course not. And there shouldn't be. And there's no reason for there to be. Next one up is HR. Does HR have a compensation calculator out of New York? It says not state specific. I found a file on my shared drive at work, and it makes it sound like there's a formula to determine one's pay when making an offer. I don't have read access. I assume it takes into account things like years, education, industry, certifications, etc. Am I right? And are there any publicly available compensation calculators out there? There might be. Most companies don't use something sort of rinky-dink like that, right? That's not something very important. I would instead use Glassdoor or something of that nature. And even then, you're not accounting location, which would be a big one. Most companies would use something sort of higher end, like salary.com, and they would be a good start. But like I said, Glassdoor is a good fit too in many cases, especially for jobs that have like 300 positions or something at a specific location. You can pretty much find out what people make. I'm sure there's a calculator out there if you want to Google it. But what most people use is something like salary.com. That's what most employers use, and that's what I would recommend if I were an employer or was someone who wanted to know what I was supposed to make. There's just so many variabilities that you really know what you're supposed to make when someone offers it to you, frankly. But the last one is out of Oregon. It says any certificates or courses that help with landing an HR job. And this one's pretty interesting. It's pretty simple. 10 years of 10 years of work in an office setting, 7 years as an account manager, did a couple years and a half in HR, live in another state, and they're living at home. There's a couple certificates. I'll link one down below. It's through the Human Resources Certification Institute. You can see that here. And it's the Associate Professional in Human Resources. It's a really kind of early on one. HRCI describes it as a person who is just beginning their HR career journey in non-HR professionals. And so it's a really good start to get your foot in the door. And with 1.5 years of experience, I would really be looking at like an HR coordinator job or a recruiter at a temp agency. I think those can be really good fits for someone that's in your position and someone that wants to break into the HR career field. So good luck on that one. Hope it works out, and we'll see you around. If you watch our videos, you'll learn all you need to know about HR. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a good one. Please leave a like, share, and comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.